Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to add a Redux into a React app. So let's get started. To begin to start a React app, and I recommend to create new app with GitHub and Facebook. Create React app. This is a very cool tool for creating new React app. So the amp is very simple. I want to just copy this command into my terminal, and it will automatically create a React app. So open up my terminal. I'm changing to tutorial. And I'm going to make a new folder. Oh, I think we don't need to make a folder. It's automatically create a new folder. So maybe we can make a new folder for bigger, right? Pay builder React Redux. So let's change to this folder, and so I'm going to mph create React app and name of your app. First p web. And we can wait for a couple seconds. It's automatically install a dependencies model. So it's done. Now let's follow some guide right here. I'm going to change to the web app, cd web, and I will start the app by run npm start, and it's automatically open up in the web app in my browser. And welcome to React. It is work. So the default port in 3000 and not for development. So don't care about this port. And one we can build in this, and it can be static HTML file and CSS, and we can upload to anywhere or add to any existing website. Okay, so now I will open this, open new my tab in my terminal, and we open the project in change to root project. Why I create a new folder for this? Because we may need to implement the server side in our project. So I think I will use GraphQL.org. This is a language, open source language by Facebook, and it's awesome for replace or RESTful service. And I think I will use this later for its backend. Now I want to do in this video just add the Redux into your React app created by React React app. Okay, so let's open this project in my WebStorm. I highly recommend the WebStorm for development. It's very cool and fast. So open up in my WebStorm. So we have the web folder is the React app. And before to so the first thing I need to go to introduce you Redux.org. You may don't need to use the Redux, but for me in the real project it's very helpful. And a lot of company and lots of developer, they are using Redux. It's really cool. So for the beginner, you may feel confusing when you start with the Redux, but after you familiar with Redux, you love it. For me, I use this a lot of in our project and for clients project as well. So get back to our React app. I want to modify the app before adding Redux. The first thing I need to introduce how to change configure WebStorm and for our React app. So let's open first preference, and I may need to change the font size, and you can see much better in editor and the font size. In my tutorial, you can see it's in my big screen, change up to 20 pixels. And then you scroll down to a language and framework, and then select a server script. Make sure it should be changed to React JS 8. Change that and click apply and OK. So WebStorm will may take a couple seconds to reload the project, but don't care about it. Let's go ahead and make some change in the code. So you can see the logo and welcome to React title and some text right here. This should be. Now I'm going to delete some file, and I think we don't need this. So index.css file, I will remove it. And after I deleting the file, you maybe get an error in the file because in our React app it's automatically refresh when we make any change in the file. It's automatically reload, so you don't have to refresh the browser anymore. App. So I can also delete the app as well. And in that file, let's remove the import file and app. Now I'm going to make a new folder. It should be container folder, and another folder should be component. Okay. So in container, I will place should be an app.js. Now let's create a new component app. So when you create a new component in React, it's a two way to create a new component. For example, you can create a new component by simply just a function. For example, export default. So the function, for example, app. For default app equal should be a function prop and should be return. For example, h1 hello app. For default app. So and now here we can just import this. Import app from should be container app. So now let's see, save file and see app and not refresh. So we have to import this into import React and component from React. App is not defined. Container app should be like that. Import default prop like that. So this is a short way to create a new component in React app. And however, if you are going to make a lot of code in the component, so another way you can make a new class. For example, class app a tense component. And so we can replace this by a function render. So the first thing we need to do is a constructor. It should be a prop, and you must be called to super prop is required. And then the function render should be return something. You must return something in the app. For example, let's change this. Change to return the is heading with the hello app. Okay, so we got this, and now I'm going to remove this. And at the bottom, we need to export default app. App. It's the name of class. In the ES6 style coding style, we don't need to put in the end of the line with the comma. You don't need this. And the save file is the same thing. Hello app is the same thing. Okay, so let's wrap up into div class name equal app container. And we got some web h1 welcome to the app. Okay, so it should be changed welcome to the app. Okay, so that is how we can make a new component in React. Oh, cool. And now I want to create add Redux into React app. So the first thing we need to do, let's open up is the index file and app and container. I believe it should be in the index file. So let's see this open. First thing we do need to install. Let's change to web, and I need to install some model by npm install, and we need to save Redux and React Redux. So we need to wait some couple seconds for installing the model complete. And one more model is called React Reductor. You may need this model for an asynchronous request. Really cool. I recommend to install it as well. And again, npm install save Reductor. Okay, cool. So first thing we need to do, create a Redux store. So we need to make a new variable is called store equal create a store, and we need to import create store. Import create store from Redux. Create store. The first thing is the reducer. And next parameter is equal just apply middleware. Apply middleware. In apply middleware is the first parameter. For we are going to use a Redux tag, import Redux importer from Redux Reductor. So we should be correct right here. Okay, so we need to have a reducer. So install, and one again we have import provider from React Redux. And so here we will wrap the ZR into provider. So this is basically we need to do this. Follow up the document. It should be wrap provider and close up the tag provider. And right here we need close up store equal exactly store. So we don't have a reducer right here. So we have to create a reducer. So in the Redux, I recommend create two folder for first thing reducer folder, and the next folder is action folder. Reducer, I'm going to make the index file, index.js, and in the action, I want to make an index file as well. Alright. Now in the reducer, first I want to create a new reducer, for example, page reducer. So page reducer, don't say yet. I pause default. So page reducer equal. So import default page reducer is the first equal state and action. So the state we can add it to some kind of an array, empty array, or even we can make an cross init. We make a init state. That's a default state. Some kind anything right here. But so let's default get equal init state and action. Should be in our function. So we make a switch action.trace, and so default we return state, default we return nothing. And so right here, so in the index file we got a page reducer, and in the index reducer file I'm going to make a import combine reducer from Redux. It should be combine reducer Redux. So in export default combine reducer, it should be wrap, and here with the first equal page reducer. The page reducer. So how we need so we need to import the page into index file as well. Import page reducer from its same directory, so it's a page. So or even you can paste like that, and so page right here. Reducer equal, write some kind of like that. And now let's see the app. Refresh it, should be nothing. I will to run npm start again. should be class. Reducer is not defined. Let's go back to our index file. We don't have import reducer that, so need to import reducer from should be from index file. So folder reducer and index. But in ESX import file, you don't need to push index file like that. Now let's see how it's work. Page reducer is not defined. Let's debug something like page.sayat page reducer. Okay, so like that. And I believe reducer should be removed. Well, reducer not defined. Well, port default combine reducer. Well, we don't need this. Import page. Okay, so it worked. Let's go up right here. So the next thing I want to create. I want to keep our store file is simple and separate and easy to for all the ones you can look at the code and modify code. So instead of create store inside the index.js, so you can simply put this into socket, create a new file, store.js, and go ahead to so put right here code, copy right here and pass it React Redux from Redux free. And so we need to export this, export cost store. And now how do we get store? So it's a very simple, import store from the same directory. No, it's an index file. It should be an outside. A store same directory. Store.sayat provider. Let's copy back the provider. We do need to write in right here. Okay, so it should be that, and the app should work. So it's nearly done. So for example, I want to create a new component, and how we add the Redux we connect the Redux to the component and reducer. Let's get back to reducer. I want to init the pay, for example. In this case, I want to do is the pay should be an array of page should be an array of pay with an ID page about us, and then we may have a element the page with an ID, maybe have a title about us, with the body content like that, and we have element should be an array. So it's like that. So it's a sample. We can check it needs a default page. We may can copy some other page into, for example, page contact, or example page home, maybe home page. This home title, it's a body element like that. So the default is just in the action. So in the file, I want to create a new file. It's the same page.sayat. So export course. For example, we lost pay. Lost yes pay, get all pay. return this path get state and so here we will call to this path try equal. I recommend to make a new global variable, for example loss pay, like that, loss pay, like that. But we need to make a new file, for example it's a trace.js. So we can export, we need to put in some command pay reducer, pay action, pay type. So export class type, for example loss yes pace should be equal some pace loss yes pace. And in the action file we can replace by, so first thing we need to import is import yes pay from type. And so we replace this by gas pay. Alright, so I think we don't need to this part gas pay. I'm sorry, it's a bit miss. So let's keep this. We make it constant equal gas state. We have some kind of library filter equal and something like that. We may filter everything right here, but not. So we return, maybe return state dot page dot should be dot page. I'm sorry, state dot page. In reducer we got only an array. So pay. Okay, so that is how we create a new function. Okay, so let's open up the component. I want to make create a new file, even new pay component.js. This is a pay.js, and we do need to import a React and component from React and export for its class page extends react.component. We can do that, but however I just import component, so we don't need to React anymore. Default we have a render. The render function should be return anything. For example, return deep class name equal page container, and here we can make some kind of h1 pay title, and for example deep class name equal pay content, and we can put some kind of hello page body content, something like that. And now how do we do connect to the Redux? So I'm going to import the first thing. I'm going to import connect from React Redux. I'm not sure, maybe can be a connect should be an inside of a React Redux. So in here we can export default connect. So connect, it should be take two parameter, and it's the name of class, this component. So two parameter in here, so cross map state to prop, so should be state, and we return something right here. And the next parameter is equal map this path to prop equal dit path. Alright, so here inside the connect function, we may need to pass the first parameter and second parameter. Map state to prop. So I want to get pay. For example, pace equal, we need to call to the get pay by function to call to action get pace. Call to get pay, some function like that. And or even we can make int with the pay, for example, pay ID, and return. Okay, so get pay by ID. So here we can return something. For example, first thing I want to return the pay with ID equal ID title bars. Okay, so here with that. So now in the console, I want to make to console log this.prop, and now you should see the pay information inside the prop of the this component. Okay, so what we can do in the container, we got the app, and inside the app, for now I want to return this page. For example, we have first thing we do need to import pay component from inside container component folder and page, and here we can call to the page, and it's nothing right here, just pay. Okay, so let's see in hello body and content. So let's open up the console. You should see the pay inside where's page, an object trainer pay. Oh, nothing right here. We can, let's see, reducer inside a component page. Pay equals state. We got pay. Sorry, I think we should be go state dot pay. We got pay equals state dot pay, and console plug. We should see a pay, and should be an array of two initial pay we just create like that. Okay, so this is how we can call to get a state. So actually, I want to get exactly pay by ID, but for another lesson, for another video, I will add the React router into the app. For now, I want to make a list of all the pays. Alright, so we'll do. I'm going to in component make up pays playlist .js, and so here I'm going to make a new component, import React, and same thing component from React, and we need to create new class page list extends component, and we got a render function. So we should return something right here. The class name equal playlist. Right, so some here hello auth page. We got some 81 hello auth page, and same thing we need to connect to the Redux, and so stating cost map state to prop equals state, and we return should be page equal state dot page. dot page. And next thing course map this path to prop equal this path, and we read nothing right here. And we need to import default connect. We do need import connect from React Redux. And here we make function connect, set first parameter and copy second parameter, and finally wrap into the name of component. So the list. And nothing show up because we didn't import the playlist into container. So let's cover up everything and get back to app folder. I want to import pay from, should be outside of component, and page list, and page list. So here we will remove the pay by function playlist by component playlist, and remove this. The playlist, so we got all the page, and inside all the page I want to loop every page. So playlist, let's make a console course page equals this dot prop. So log console dot log page or page with page. We should see an array of all the page, element, body, and title. So let's go ahead to list. For example, we got a list, and I think a title like us, for example, playlist, something like that. And so we do need to make a loop. We can make a render, for example, page title, page title. So cars title equal, so we need to loop space by page.map. The first parameter equal page, and next parameter is equal index, and we can return our list. We can get by page or title, and remember pass a key inside the list when you have a list. So key exactly index. So let's see, we got 2 page, home, and about us. Okay, so this is very simple and basic in how to implement a Redux into your React app created by Create React App. So to next tutorial, I will add a React router, and so example, we can add a menu on the top bar for home page, about us, and make all the page, and click everything. And my target in this tutorial, I will create a new page builder for static page. We can add title and more columns, row, and all the elements like the text and image. Okay, so thank you and see you in the next video. Bye for now.